Hi guys, good morning. If you're watching this video, I'm Only.Ariante. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Today's video I wanted to make is titled Forgiveness. And I wanted to make this video for us to grow together just a little more and really dissect the process of forgiving somebody. And so first, I wanted to talk about the definition of forgiveness. So, forgiveness is the process of letting go of angry or resentful feelings towards someone for their thoughts or actions towards you. And the second definition for forgiveness is to cancel a debt. So, I like both of those definitions, so let's go with both. First, I want to talk about being angry or resentful, that process. There's this quote that says, being angry and resentful at someone, it's not both, but I'm adding both for the sake of the definite, you get it? Okay, anyways, so being angry and resentful at someone is like holding a hot piece of coal, hoping that the other person gets burned. You're the only one that is affected by the energy of anger and resentfulness that you hold inside of you. It hurts you. It's like a fire. It's a feeling that you have in you, a fiery passion that you feel, and it only hurts yourself. Of course, the actions that come out of that you display towards that person can help you, but they can hurt them, can hurt them, but the actual feeling and emotion of it only affects you. So the importance of letting things go and learning to forgive people is that we need to let go of that emotion inside of us, and we need to learn how to cultivate the skill of forgiving so that we can forgive ourselves when we are less than, and we operate with that same forgiveness with ourselves and everyone else around us. And so forgiveness, there's this quote, well, I have a quote for everything, but there's this thing that I had read, and it had said, everybody is living for profoundness of experience. So everything that everyone does is for their profoundness of experience. Everything they do, whether they are meditating, they're looking for profoundness of experience in heaven. If they're an alcoholic, they're looking for the profoundness of life experience in alcohol. If they're doing drugs, they're looking for the profoundness of life experience in drugs. And we have to realize that everything that everyone chooses to do, they're on the same path in life, and that's to experience the profoundness of experience. And when we can cultivate that understanding about the people around us, we can understand that things that everyone does is just a view of themselves and what they're looking for and what they're cultivating in life. It's nothing personally for us to take because it has nothing to do with us. And so this is where we get that second definition of forgiveness, where we talk about canceling a debt. We're canceling a debt. We're canceling the thought that that person's actions have something to do with us. So now we feel that they owe us, they're in debt to us for something that they did when originally it had nothing to do with us in the beginning. We think because it affects us and we're the main character in our story that everything they do is directly related to us, when really it's all related to them and everything they're searching for in life, or everything that they distaste. So before we can cancel a debt, we have to understand that no debt is owed to us at all. Nobody owes us anything. So there's nothing to forgive for a person not giving or giving something that is unloving to us. They never owed us anything in the first place. So when we can cancel that debt, we can take the first step of forgiving that person for anything that they've done towards us. There's no anger or resentment to feel because they never owed us anything in the beginning, and we can understand that they're just living for them as the main character in their story, and everything they do directly correlates to them. And the same way our anger and resentment hurts us is the same way that their actions towards other people hurt them. And some people are just very hurt people, and we have to allow them to stay hurt people, but the only way that we can become people that aren't hurt is for us to learn how to forgive, right? And so I was just having a conversation, and the thought came up is like, we get to places where we think that the things that happen in other people's lives are a direct correlation to us. And the truth is if we can truly come to an understanding of that person, we can understand that the way they acted the way they acted, the reason they acted the way they acted, or the reason they do the things they do, is because they experience hurt that is more than we can understand, or they respond to hurt in a different way than we would respond to hurt, so we don't understand it. And so forgiveness is considered the highest form of love, because if I can forgive you, I can come to the understanding inside myself that I don't understand everything that that person was going through to do the things that they do, or do the actions that make the actions that they've made, you know? So when I can come to that understanding, every time I think about the stuff that they've done that have hurt me or pained me, I can remember that that person is carrying their own hurt and pain that caused them to act the way they act. Now, of course, I can move away and not stay around that person because I don't want their pain to cause me more pain in the future. I don't want them to do the same actions that they've chose already. So of course I separate myself and move around in different circles because they're already moving in ways I know is not good for my peace and my mental health. And I don't want to have to keep practicing forgiveness for my own ignorance of that person's actions. And so I choose to not be around them anymore. But in order to forgive, I must first come to an understanding that everybody thinks of themselves first. And so I don't understand what that person could have been going through in their mind or thinking to make that decision. And it's only the judge in me, the part of me that thinks have a right to stand and judge anybody else, that says they should have acted this way or that way or this way or that way. If I can let go of my need to be the judge to myself and the judge to others, I can let go of that judge that says, this person should have did this person shouldn't have did that, this person shouldn't have whatever. I don't feel a need to judge them because I'm not judging. I'm just simply a human having experience and cultivating supreme love and understanding for everyone around me. And so I give that person forgiveness. So say that person cheated on me. Like, just for instance, this is something that's universal. Say that person cheated on me. I can take that pain and say, you did this to me, you cheated on me, that's why I'm hurt, that's why I'm in pain. Or I can choose to say, that person doesn't love themselves, so they had the insecurity of needing validation from multiple men or women, so they chose to go out and look for that validation from other men and women aside from just me, because they needed more love than I could provide in just one person, because they're insecure about their love for themselves, so they needed the love for multiple people. When I think about it like that, instead of, you did this to me, you did that to me, that's why I'm this, that's why I'm that, we can understand that they're a hurt person just like I'm a hurt person. So I'll forgive you in acting in that way, but I'm just not going to allow myself to be subjected to a person, vulnerable and subjected to a person like that chooses to think selfishly and can't cultivate the love in themselves to understand that their action in hopes of finding love for themselves would hurt me, because they care about finding love for themselves more than they care about how their actions might affect other people. So they're careless and selfish in that way. But I'm selfish if I take the stance of, you did this to me, you did that to me, you did that to me. Now I'm looking at that person like they owed me something. They owed me something. And yes, you want someone to be loyal to you in a relationship, but that's not something they owe you. That's something that they choose to give you. So you find someone that is choosing to give that. And when you find that they're not going to give that, you keep moving because you understand it's just not going to come from that place. But for us to forgive, we have to understand that everyone is operating in their own vision of their world and as their main character, and also they're operating from hurt and pain that they have too. So in order for us to grow and connect with people that don't have this hurt and pain that act so carelessly, first we have to stop being that judge and love ourselves better and understand that we have hurt and pain that needs to be healed too. And to get to the core of that is to start forgiving. So I hope that this has all made sense. I hope that you can start looking at people with more understanding and forgiveness, and just move around as opposed to staying angry but trying to stay with that person. I hope that we can forgive today and cancel all debts, because nobody owes us anything. We're just all humans having experiences for ourselves. So wherever you are, I hope the sun is shining. I hope you're having an amazing day. And I hope that you're cultivating forgiveness and learning to understand other people through the eyes of their pain. So have a great day, guys.